कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो तारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The topic is, what is the topic?
Living in the present.
Living in the present. The question is, do we have a choice? So, lesser the choice we have, happier we are. And this is the simplest way to lead, whether you call spiritual life or material life. In any expression of life, we have to be without any option in the present. So when there is no option, why not accept it gracefully? Then why we are not able to do that? It is because of our old habits. See? Old habits are, we are lost in something or the other to which we have given importance. See? Normally, we complain, the mind is disturbed. Complaining about the mind is not solution to the problem. See? Therefore, the first step we all have to understand, not only theoretically but practically, that life is not lived by the body. Life is lived by the embodied. And the embodied, for our simple understanding, we call it as mind. See, the body doesn't have pain. It is the mind which has the pain. Isn't it? You are all doctors. I am taking a great courage to talk before the intellectual and intelligent audience. See? But this we only see, we talk. But has it really clicked us? I tell you how it clicked to me. I am not bluffing all the time. Sometimes I tell the truth also. See? I had some growth on my right toe, big toe. Some kind like a strawberry, small one. And one of a friend like you came, he did namaskar, and he says, Swamiji, what is happening to your toe? I said, it is a wisdom toe that is growing. That you have got a wisdom tooth, wisdom toe. He said, don't make fun, it is very serious. I said, then, okay, I'll take it seriously. He said, no, you remove it. I said, okay, I'll go to the doctor. I am the doctor, I can do it. I said, come on, do it. I went to his surgery and sat on the chair, put my foot on the stool, and he gave local anesthesia. And after 15 minutes, he took the rubber hammer and hit. How do you feel? I said, I feel emotional. You are taking so much. No, not that way. Are you feeling anything over there? I said, over where? Because I had no feeling there. And then he said, now you can observe the operation. So he straight away took the scalpel, cut next to that growth, and dug it like a ice cream scoop, and the whole thing came out. He said, "You are lucky. Everything has come out. Nothing is left inside." And he was talking and I was observing, cutting, blood was oozing out. He started stitching. That time, what was going in my mind? I am a great yogi. See, the toe is cut, but I am not getting suffering. I have realized for half an hour. After half an hour, again it started. That day I realized this truth. The body doesn't suffer. It is the mind which suffers. Therefore, all the life is lived only on one principle. If we can mind our mind, we mind everybody's business. We have to mind our mind. And to mind the mind, we must know the functioning of the mind, how the mind functions. What is the diet on which the mind survives? What are the shortcomings in our functioning through the mind? All these things must be clearly known. See? If somebody is let's take a surgeon, but he is very poor in anatomy, can it be? He has to be perfect in anatomy, then only he can be surgeon. Otherwise, he goes there and then asks the nurse, "Yes, what is the patient? You have to remove the kidney." "Oh, kidney, where it is? Is it in the thorax or is it in the brain?" I must know what I am doing exactly, the mind with which I am functioning. I must know the functioning of the mind, how the mind functions. See, so when we start working on the mind, we have taken a very bold and right step in our life, which is necessary for both the material prosperity and the spiritual evolution. Both are required. So, how the mind functions? So, first of all, mind has got two aspects. One is perception, and the second is projection. Seeing and looking. Perception, like I am seeing you all, perception. And projection, then I say, where did I see you? So, the perception was followed by projection. Did I see you earlier? And this is how the mind gets entangled with all the perceptions that we come across. Like a young boy or a girl. How many girls that man sees? Hundreds of them. But no problem. But with one dumb girl, this dumbo goes, he looks at her, and then the second operation begins, operation projection. I have come to this temple at this time. I was doing namaskar, and that very time that girl came and gave a bell ton. Is it a message from God to me that there is someone for you? Now, who told you this? Your mind started projecting. And once we get entangled in that projection, then nobody can help us. See? In one house, there was a young boy. He was standing and looking at the fan. So the vigilance officer in the house, the Dadima, old lady, she called the mother of that boy. "Beta, see, these days our Dabbu is constantly looking at the fan. What is the problem?" So ask, "Why are you looking at the fan?" "Why I had to take your permission?" Anger. Why? Because in that projection, he was lost somewhere. See, friends. Therefore, the technique which you have seen in our Maha Mantra is, देखो, सुनो, मत बोलो. What is speech? Speech is grossified mind. See, we'll do one experiment. Try. For next 1 minute, do not talk to yourself. over. Now see what happened. When I say do not talk to yourself, did I say do not talk among yourself? See? When you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the whole world. But early morning, one Mr. Gupta goes to somebody's house, 6 o'clock, and that other person who is visited, he was doing some work, studying or doing something. This Gupta ji reaches there. यार तू क्या कर रहा है? Now this, how come? Early morning you have come? Is there any work? No, I was getting bored. Who came to bore you? No, I was alone, therefore I was feeling bored. Imagine when a person gets bored of his own presence, what he will be spreading around. See, if you really want to work on your mind, spend some time all by yourself, not for days and months together. Start with 2 minutes. Just sit quiet. Quiet means don't talk to yourself. Now, other experiment to emphasize this point. Try to think anything. No control. But one condition. Don't use words to think. Can you think without words? We only complain. Mind is disturbed. What is the meaning of the disturbed mind? The mind runs in 3 parameters. See, like from the symptoms, we come to the disease, is it not? Nobody knows what is the disease unless the symptoms are seen. In the same manner, we simply say, mind is disturbed. What are the symptoms? The symptoms are, mind runs in 3 parameters. From place to place, from object to object, from time to time. Therefore, a disturbed mind is that mind which is influenced by these 3 parameters: place, object, and time. And what is this world? Only these 3 things: time, space, and object. We being Indians, like many people, when they meet us, first question, Swamiji, where are you from? Space, place. See? When did you become Babaji? Object. See? There is no need. Therefore, one of the simplest method of working on the mind is living in the present. Because mind alone is present. If the mind is starved, no feeding of the mind by the past carbohydrates and the future fats and the present proteins, 3 diets. See, all the time going in the past. When we were there, when we were here, we have done this. Who asked you? One of our mantra is, who asked you? And thus constantly running in the past, or else running in the future. I don't know what is going to happen. If you don't know, relax. If you know, be prepared. Where is the place to worry? If you have to define worry, what is worry? Worry is an attempt to solve the non-existing problems. Suppose this happens, suppose that happens. See, once I was going with my friend through some immigration, probably New Zealand or Australia. Now he is a citizen, so he has no problem. So we went together, and before we reached the officer, there was somebody, and he was making a mess and shouted, and therefore the police security came and bundled him up and took him. The whole hall was tense. And when we were going, my friend held my hand so tight. I said, my blood circulation has stopped. Leave it. He says, how you don't understand? He may reject you. Suppose you have got a return ticket, you have got a visa. I said, why do you relax? Why do you unnecessarily make yourself miserable? Let us pray to the Lord. We should not be sent to that particular man for observing. And as he wanted to play trick with us, we were sent to him only. And he was telling, Krishna, 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 Krishna. And that immigration officer took my passport, put a stamp, did not ask one single question. With worries are our attempt to solve the non-existing problems. On the contrary, if we learn the art of remaining utterly present in the utter present, all your faculties will be brilliant and bright. Then you will not be confused. There will be confidence in your expression. See? So, past is a tense, future is also a tense. When you give up impact of past tense and future tense, what remains? Can there be a present tense? Present tense is with reference to the past and the future tense. When the two tenses have gone, the present also is not a tense. It is only presence. And we are always present only in the present. We cannot live yesterday. We cannot live tomorrow. It is easier to remain in the present. See, therefore, friends, the simplest and the only way is, first of all, we have to start working on our mind. Don't we do the same thing with our body? We work by the body as we are doing our jobs, working by the body. Then we work on the body. In the morning, go running to reach nowhere. Go on twisting the body. Don't eat this, don't eat that. This is working on the body. So when we go for jogging or yoga, we are not getting anything out of it. But when you are doing our job, you get something out of it. So two things, working by the body, working on the body. So when we work on the body, it is for keeping the body fit, is it not? Now apply the same principle. We are all working by the mind. Are we working on the mind? See, it is easier to understand. Working by the body and working on the body means what? But what is the meaning of working by the mind and working on the mind? Think. Working by the mind is default settings. We have to comment on everything, we have to evaluate everything, we have to give suggestions to everybody, we make decisions for others. Working by the mind. I should not say, but Are Baba, when you know I should not say, why don't you keep your mouth shut? This is default settings. Therefore, one of our Mahamantra is देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Talking is default settings. We are constantly with that habit of giving opinions about everything in this world. See, I'll give one example. This happened in Bangalore many years before, maybe 35 years before, or maybe more. There was a very huge gathering, youngsters, college students, and maybe about 1000, 2000, and there was a dais, and three of us were sitting. One was the head of that institution, one was a kind of a politically oriented person, and third I was there. So whenever questions were asked, they used to compete. I'll answer this question. I said, very good. Answer, answer, answer. I was interested only in my tea, coffee, samosa, and kachori. No other interest. So one question came, and then say, Swamiji is not talking anything. Now this question Swamiji should say. And the question was, what is your opinion about Ram Janmabhoomi? That is the question. I said, see, you have been listening to the wise people so much. You have become so wise. I don't want to make you otherwise. Okay? Relax. I'll tell you a story. The whole audience relaxed. Ah, there is no again concentrated wisdom. Concentrated wisdom is philosophy. So I said, look here. Why the girls cut their hair? I have no opinion about it. Why the boys have the mushroom cut? I have no opinion about it. Then, is it necessary that we have to opine about everything in this world? No. Exactly the same way, I have no opinion about Ram Janmabhoomi. Otherwise, you say something and reactions begin. This is working on the mind. Is it necessary that we have to give opinion on everything in this world? No need. Similarly, it is not necessary that we have to reply every question. No need. The other day, I went to our Raja Rajeshwari temple. So the Mahatma Ji there, he is a very nice person. He says, Swamiji, please come. I went there. Then whatever they had to show, they have shown, everything was done. And then please give us a talk. So what talk should I give? I was thinking. I said, Maharaji, what can I talk in front of you? Now tell something. Now their path is path of upasana, puja, japa, and doing the yajna, all that. And I am a pakkad Ram, nothing with me. They have got lot of ornaments, see, .com, railway lines, electric post, U-turn, then Sphatika Mala, Rudraksha Mala, Vaijanti Mala, so many of them. And all disciples around. Whenever the Mahatma has to sit, immediately one disciple comes and puts a asan there, and on that only he can sit. All that. And I go all along, pakkad. I said, what can I talk to you? Swamiji says something. Then I said, look here. There are two types of people in this world. Those who have descended in this world, and those who are on the scale of ascend. See? Now, who are those descended? They have come on their own. You all doctors are descended in the hospital. Patients have come under compulsion. Therefore, although you are in a hospital, you are not a patient. But other people, those who are the patients, they have come as patients. If this example is clear, exactly the same way, There are two types of people. Those who descend in this world, but they are not influenced by this world. They go through the same life as we go. See? And the other type of people are those who are like a patient going to the hospital. See? Then I gave them example. I say, you take all the Siddha Mahatmas. See? When we went to Dr. Shetty's room, I was very happy to see beautiful big picture of Bhagwan Krishna and that chariot, and Baba is also there. So such great masters, they are descended in this world. Right from childhood, all the divine qualities are 100% manifested in them without doing any sadhana. See? I don't know if you have come across, or we came across a number of them. One Mahatma in Andhra Pradesh, he was very avadhut type, abusing, throwing stones, like that. Living in a place where nobody will like to go. All thorny bushes here and there. And he was staying there. So my friend Swami called, chalo. I said, come on, we'll go there. When I went there, he immediately cooled down and he said, Maharaj, aiye. I was surprised. Is it a prelude to the something different coming? And then we had a nice time, and he said, I want to tell you, you are born in your Agya Chakra. You are born here. I said, all right, thank you very much. Everything was over. Then the Kamandalu who came with me asked, Swamiji, when he said, you are born here, means what? See, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Ma Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Bhagavad Gita says that we are all going through, like you are here doctors. You are not doctors by birth, but you have gone through a discipline and come to this. Then you have entry in this hospital. In the same manner, in this world, we belong to the ascending class. We have done good or bad in our life. According to that, whatever is required for our evolution, we are placed by the divine in this place. See. Now, according to that, if you take this as a rule, then we will be working on our mind. But if you see these Siddha Mahatmas or Avadhutas, their life is so terrible and horrible, we can't imagine. They can do anything. And therefore, if we try to do their mimicry, we will be destroyed. Therefore, we have to take the support of such great masters. Tad vijnanartham gurumeva vigachet samit pani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. We have to go to the teacher who is well versed in the scriptures and who is living that knowledge in his day-to-day life. Then only slowly we will be evolving ourselves. And the final touch is given when we surrender at the feet of such great masters. The final touch is their blessings. When these two things are brought together, then slowly we will start understanding every small little thing that is happening in us. Then one day, by God's grace, it clicks. Problems are not outside. We are the problems. Therefore, when we mind our mind, most of the problems are dissolved. They need not, no problem can be solved. The problem can be only dissolved. And the dissolving can happen by working on the mind. So first thing we learned, mind expresses as words. So mind is the cause, words are the effect. Very simple. Now, if we want to control the effect, control the cause, we have to control the effects. We control the symptoms, the disease is controlled. And therefore, now the last part I will tell you, how do we work on the mind from this standpoint? Mind expresses as speech. Speech is again of two types. That way, it is four types. But for us to understand, this is enough. Now, the speech by which I am talking to you is called as Parashruti Gochara. That means you can hear me. That is Vaikhari Vani. That is the grossest expression of the subtlest mind. Then, subtler than the Vaikhari Vani is the Madhyama Vani, wherein we speak to ourselves. See? Now, the difference between these two speeches, levels of speech is, this is a Bluetooth mouse. This is not known by the mouse. I know this. So, where the name and object, they are separate, we are at a waking gross experience. Then we start migrating from the periphery of our personality to the center of our being. Then we come to the Madhyama Vani. In Madhyama Vani, we speak, but nobody can hear us. And there, the object and the word indicating the object, both are only thoughts. What we call khayali pulav. After the lecture is over, I'll go and have a nice cup of coffee. I don't know how long it is going to go. Going on. That is Madhyama Vani. There, object and word indicating the object, they are only thoughts. Then we go still deeper in our own being. We come to Pashyanti Vani. In Pashyanti Vani, the word, the object indicating that indicated by that word, they are not yet separated, but they are ready to separate. Like if you take the gram very hard, and if you want to bite, the teeth will come out. But in the same gram you put overnight in the water, then it becomes swollen. Now it is ready to separate the two cotyledons, but it has not yet become. That is the state of the Pashyanti Vani. Where the thought and the object indicating the thought, the thought and the object indicated by the thought, they are not yet separated. Be attentive. All the great masters live in Pashyanti Vani. Therefore, when they say something, it happens. When we say something, nothing happens, because we are living at the lip level. See? So, what will be living in the present? Collect yourself from the Vaikhari Vani, come to the Madhyama Vani. Dissolve the Madhyama Vani to its origin, the Pashyanti Vani. This journey from the periphery to the center is practice of living in the present. And how much time, efforts it will take? How much time and effort it will take for a husband to become a man? Has he to divorce? Has to kill the wife? Then don't take the wife seriously. Although she is like that, but don't take her seriously. Take lightly. Life becomes so simple, friends. And when you are relaxed, cheerful, you cannot be but in the present. And how do we know we are in the present? We are relaxed and efficient in whatever we are doing. One lady came to meet me in Mumbai. Her right palm was having some bandage, and she came like this. Swamiji, when I looked at her, I said, Mahamaya Pranam. Swamiji, you are making fun of me. I said, no, you are coming with Ashirwad. No, no, for this only I have come. I said, I am not a doctor. Go to somebody else. She told the story. I was making chapati and having argument and fight with my husband. And in that, I forgot that the tawa is hot and there is no chapati on that. And fighting and talking to him, I put my hand on the tawa to take out the chapati which didn't exist there. So the tawa got stuck to my hand. And thereafter, I'm so much suffering. Now, who is responsible? Tawa. See, friends. Therefore, when you remain in the present, you are 100% integrated. 100% integration is Paramatma. Presently, we are एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. Sometimes we are a son with reference to father. Sometimes we are a husband with reference to wife. Sometimes we are a son or a father with reference to the son. How many of us? Is it one or is it a poultry farm inside? And constantly cock, going on and on and on. The reason is only one. We have never worked on our mind. So how to work on mind? So mind expresses as speech. So we work on the speech. The first step, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. One of the most important thing in life. In Delhi, there was one lady, a Punjabi lady, very tall and all that. And she said, Swamiji, what should I do? I said, do whatever you like. You know what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. My son is very handsome, See, you can see I am also beautiful. My son is very handsome. I said, God also creates mistakes. Next. She didn't understand anything. Thank God. Very good thing. He selected a girl to whom he wanted to get married. So when he brought her to me and all that, so I told him in soft tone, can't you find someone better? She is not even comparable to you. Forget it, she can be available to you. Useless. No physical appearance, no facial expressions, no good hair. What kind of girl he has selected? Ugly? And that girl heard it. But this boy got married to that girl. And thereafter, the real cinema started. Why America attacked Saddam Hussein? Because I am not beautiful. What is the connection? Why there was a tsunami in Japan? Because I am not beautiful. Why the train is late? Because I am not beautiful. So that one sentence, I am not beautiful, killed that old lady. What was the reason? देखो, सुनो, बोलते रहो. Can't we keep our mouth shut? See, friends, this is one of the most powerful spiritual practice to remain in the present. But anything we see, we have some reference. Yes, when we went there, who asked you? Another Mahamantra, who asked you? Many times we tell the things which nobody wants to know about us. We only tell. One example I'll tell you. This is just a story, not real. I told one of my friend, I said, hey, don't tell anybody because you are a friend, I am telling you. Yes. When I came out of the jail, somehow or the other, because I was sentenced for life, but I managed, I came out. Then how to hide myself? So I became a Babaji. But don't tell anybody, okay? No, no, Swamiji, how will I tell anybody? He had also one good friend. He told his good friend, don't tell anybody. Like that it went around, and there was one who I was his good friend. Swamiji, what people are talking about you? Now where from it started? Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. Therefore, one of the most potent spiritual practices is don't talk about yourself to anybody on any theme. Observe this. Whenever we talk to others, we talk about our past or their past. You know this alumni association? They are an aluminium association. See? When we were there in the college, do you remember, we used to go there and that chai wala, where he has gone now? I think everything has changed so much. All rubbish. See, friends, whenever we talk to others, past is the reference. We don't remain in the present. Now, second thing, whenever we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. After the satsang is over, I think I'll go home, change myself, and we'll go for a nice movie. I think that Avatar is being screened from today onwards. I'll go and see in the theater. Seeing on the TV is useless. I don't know. So, when we talk to ourselves, we go in the future. When we talk to others, we go in the past. And the vehicle is the speech, the words. Now give it a try. First, don't talk to yourself. Begin with 1 minute. This is all. After we become perfect in that, increase your stamina. Make it 2 minutes. Whether you see here and there, whether you are moving, doesn't make any difference. You are not talking to yourself. This is called as unused atrophy. Your term. When any organ is not used for a long period of time, atrophy sets in. Same thing with the mind. See, I am not in your profession, but how I learned. Earlier, I used to do all the writing by hand, books, one after another, thousands of pages I must have written. Then the PC came in my hand, then laptop came. Naturally, it went on, and it has become so much that if I had to sign two places my signature, there are two different signatures. I can't sign the same way because unused atrophy. It doesn't function the same way. If this principle is clear, exactly, make your mind atrophied. You know why many of the sincere seekers sleep in the satsanga? Because only one reason. We have learned that when the mind is quiet, go to sleep. Mind is quiet but not sleepy. Three qualities of a mind: quiet, alert, and vigilant. Quiet, alert means what? What is happening around is we are completely aware, but we are not reacting. alert. And vigilant, remaining aware that am I reacting to create impressions on my mind or what? Vigilant. So interact in the world, but see that no good or bad impressions are created on the mind. So the first part is, let us increase our stamina not to talk to ourselves. Now to substantiate this, add one more thing. Don't talk to yourself and listen to silence. But silence cannot be heard. Ears can hear only the sounds. So how can you listen to silence? Work on it. Then we come to know that listening to silence means not getting disturbed by sounds. Net result, mind is stopped without going to sleep. This freedom from thought formation is living in the present. And how the thoughts are formed? Because of it is a reaction of the mind tissue, if you can use the word. Like when a thorn goes in our foot and we are not aware of that, somehow forgot about it. After 2-3 days, there will be reaction, inflammation, tenderness, redness, painful, because foreign body has entered. Now what can be the solution? Remove the foreign body, then you don't have to do anything. It will cure of its own. Exactly the same way, the foreign body that enters the mind is whatever value we have given to anything or anybody. The reaction of the mind is called as desire or thought. See? We give importance to our people, mother, father, husband, wife, children, friend, enemy, whatever. The moment they enter in our mind, the mind starts reacting. I hope my son has gone to school today, or yesterday also he did not go. I don't know what is happening to him. Because that foreign body has entered the mind. What is sleep? All foreign bodies are removed. Therefore, mind is at peace. So, whenever, whatever, wherever we are, be 100%. See? And the best part is, do we have a choice? No choice. Like here, we are in the satsang hall. You are there, no choice. What during the satsang? Now the choice is what you are. Here is the choice. Time and space may not be at our disposal, but who we are at a given period of time is our choice. So whether I am here now as a doctor, as a patient, as a father, as a husband, as a mother, as a sister, or as a satsangi, this is the choice. Therefore, remaining in the present is remaining aware what we are, when we are, wherever we are 100% present. This is the summary of whole Bhagavad Gita. You all know Bhagavad Gita was delivered on the battlefield. All that is said in whole Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses, nothing was practiced by Arjuna. He was on the battlefield. He can't say, the enemy is coming, excuse me, the meditation time. No, he did not do yoga. He did not chant the Lord's name, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. No, nothing. Then what happened? Did he get knowledge? He didn't get knowledge. Only one thing happened. His identity crisis was corrected. On the battlefield, what he should have been, a warrior, a soldier. But what he became somebody's grandson, somebody's disciple, somebody's brother. And then after hearing the whole thing, Bhagavan Krishna didn't ask him, did you get the knowledge? No. Only question was asked, has your confusion gone? Arjuna also says, Nashto moha smriti labda. Oh Lord, my confusion gone. Now, wherever I am, whenever I am, whatever I am 100%. That is living in the present. See. And when it was sorted out by Arjuna himself, that time Bhagavan Krishna clearly told, whatever is to be told, I told you. Vimrushya etad asheshena. Now you reflect on this. And yatechasi tatha kuru. Wise men never take or make decisions for others. Don't make decisions for others. But people come to us, you please tell, what should we do? One mother came and asked, Swamiji, you please tell, medicine is good or engineering is good? I want my son to follow that. Whatever you tell, we'll take it. So I asked him, I said, hey, tell me, 17 into 7, how much is the reply? He took the phone. I said, what happened? No, I'm seeing the calculator. I said, you go to medicine. Whether medicine is good or engineering is good, for what you are good, that you find out. How important it is. Never make decision for others. You remain at peace with yourself. My friends, if you are at peace with yourself, anybody who comes to you, he discovers the answer to his question. You go to many great Mahatmas, you come across this thing. You go there and, yaar, मैं किस लिए आया था? Everything completely leveled up. Because that master is in the utter present. And in his presence, all our past, future is subdued, completely gone. Therefore, this is the simplest spiritual practice. Only understand, do nothing. We have no choice but to remain in the present. To remain in the present is not optional, it is compulsory. It is easier, it is not difficult, and we don't gain anything, we don't lose anything. So life becomes relaxed. So these 2 points. First, we stop talking to ourselves and substantiate by not listening to any sounds. When this is practiced for a period of time, then the mind has become qualified for further inquiry. Normally, our mind reacts to the situation. Now the mind has to learn to respond, not react. So there is some issue, problem. What will be the average mind? It will react because of him, like that. Because of him, it is like that. Normal. Now, for example, If a husband is disturbed because of wife, if the wife is disturbed because of husband, what will be their spiritual practice? Husband will try to improve the wife. This is called as ashakyanushthan, impossible undertaking. See? And this is our reaction. On the contrary, if your mind is at peace, you will not reject or react, you will respond. What will be the response? Who is disturbed? Is I the man disturbed or I the husband disturbed? Then, is the man real or the husband real? Then we'll come to know husband is a virtual reality, useful but not real. And man is the actual reality, which cannot be denied. I can cease to be a husband, but I cannot cease to be a man. So hold on to what you are and play the game of life. Therefore, we are in Karnataka. Natak karo. See? With this attitude, when we start living our day to day life, we remain effortlessly in the present. And all this that I told you, my friends, I am not telling you from books. The highest spiritual practice is, last time I told you, and I am happy you have not done it, and you will never do it. I know that. Yet I keep on telling. See my perseverance. Make a copy and write every day. Suppose this is the copy, notebook, on the title you give. What I have learned today. First page. Today's date, I have learned this thing. Only one thing. Second day. Not D2, 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 D2. Every day something new you learn. Make it as a project. By the year end, you will have learned 365 new things in life. When we learn from every experience, we grow wise. See? Now you are all doctors. Are you not learning from every patient that you treat? Therefore, who is an expert doctor? Not the one who has got the MBBS or MD. No. The one who has learned through so many experiences. And therefore, he has become wise, a successful doctor. But if we simply say, no, it is not told in our class when I was in college. No, 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 no. Throw the books away. Now you are in the field. Learn from every experience. Otherwise, all the time, what is said here, what is said there, Upanishad, enough of that now. Now open the book of life and learn from that. This is the only way we can remain in the present and grow wise. Otherwise, we grow old and otherwise. If we grow wise, the world will be benefited by our presence. If we grow old and otherwise, we are a problem for others. Let us not be a problem for others. Be happy is the only way to remain in the present. Give it a try. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.